Okay, now in this question they've been pretty nice to you. They could have left out this first bit altogether. Let's get the pencil back. And they could have just said, okay, forget this. Just write this in the form a plus b root 2 where a and b are rational. By giving you this first bit, let me bring it back, they're actually making your life a bit easier because they're telling you how to solve this. Whenever you have to write 1 plus root 2 over 3, well, you wouldn't necessarily have to write this particular question, but whenever you have a denominator of a fraction which is in surd form, this is how you need to deal with it. We'll start with the first process and then you'll see what's going on. You need to turn this number into an integer somehow. So how do you turn 3 minus root 2 into an integer? Well, you're going to need to multiply it by something. And this is what you do. If you have 3 minus root 2, you'd multiply it by 3 plus root 2. If you had 3 plus root 2, you'd multiply by 3 minus root 2. If we take this first part of the question and expand it using whichever method you want, first outside, inside, last, or whatever, you've got 3 times 3, you've got 3 times minus root 2, you've got root 2 times 3, and you've got root 2 times minus root 2, and you have to add all those together. What you get is 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times minus root 2 is minus 3 root 2, 3 times plus root 2 is plus 3 root 2, and root 2 times minus root 2 is well, root 2 times root 2 would be 2, root 2 times minus root 2 is going to be minus 2. So then we take a look at the whole numbers, the integers, separately. We've got 9 here and minus 2 here, so that makes 7. And then we look at the surds. We've got minus 3 root 2 and plus 3 root 2, where those are going to cancel out, so this just becomes 7. What that means for the second part of the question is, if we take our 1 plus root 2 over our 3 minus, sorry, not very straight line, let's try again, better, over 3 minus root 2. Now you know that with a fraction, if you multiply top and bottom by the same amount, you haven't changed the value of the fraction. So 1/3 is the same as 10/30ths, is the same as 2/6. If you multiply top and bottom by the same amount, you always get the same fraction. So what we're going to do here is we're going to multiply the top by 3 plus root 2, and we're going to multiply the bottom by 3 plus root 2. Now, we already know what happens when you multiply 3 minus root 2 by 3 plus root 2. It becomes 7. That makes your life easy. The top is going to be slightly more complicated, so we know that's 7 already. For 1 plus root 2 times 3 plus root 2, again, we're using the same principle here as you did before, multiplying out brackets. We've got 1 times 3, we've got 1 times root 2, we've got root 2 times 3, we've got root 2 times root 2. That's all plus here, which makes life a bit easier. 1 times 3 is obviously 3. 1 times root 2 is root 2. 3 times root 2 is 3 root 2. And root 2 times root 2 is 2. Now, add the integers together. We've got 3, we've got 2. Why did I write equals there? Sorry, that should be a plus. 3 and root 2, add them together, you get 5. Then you've got root 2 and 3 root 2. Well, some people get confused by this, but I think an easy way of thinking about it would be as if you call root 2 x. If you have x and 3x and add them together, what do you get? 4x. So if you've got root 2 and 3 root 2 and you add those together, you get 4 root 2. Which gives us 5 plus 4 root 2 over 7. Now that doesn't look like the form we've been asked to give it in, a plus b root 2, where a and b are rational. What we need to do now is just a small piece of arrangement. You know that in fractions, if I say I have 1/5 of a pizza and I add 2/5 of a pizza, I have 3/5 of a pizza. What we're saying is that in fractions, if you have the same denominator, that 1 plus 2/5 is the same as 1/5 plus 2/5. Well, we're doing the reverse procedure here. If we've got 5 plus 4 root 2 over 7, that's the same as 5/7 plus 4 root 2 over 7. So if I take that principle and just get rid of all the stuff I just wrote, just taking longer than I thought to get rid of, come on, oh, whoops, okay, let's bring the root 2 back. So this is the same as 5/7 plus 4 root 2 7 over 7. Another way of thinking about it would be to, if that justification you're not happy with, here we go again, right. It's the same as 1/7 of 5 plus 4 root 2. that and that are the same. So either way you want to think about it, you end up with 5/7 and 4 root 2 over 7. And 4 root 2 over 7 is the same as 4/7 root 2. So we can rewrite that. So, and now we've finally got the form that we were looking for. A is 5/7 and B is 4/7, and we've solved the question.